Welcome back to Boundless Books. Today, we're diving into Chapter 2 of the Odyssey, titled Telemachus Sets Sail. In the previous chapter, the goddess Athena inspired Odysseus' son, Telemachus, to take his first steps toward discovering the truth about his missing father. Now, Telemachus must transform those thoughts into action. This chapter marks his first public stand against the arrogant suitors who have occupied his home for years. It is also the beginning of a courageous journey that will shape him into a worthy heir of the great Odysseus. Let's begin. As dawn breaks over Ithaca, the people gather for an assembly, the first public meeting held in nearly 20 years. Since Odysseus departed for the Trojan War, no king has ruled the island, and no formal council has been called. The meeting itself symbolizes that change is finally beginning. Telemachus, no longer the uncertain young man we met earlier, walks confidently into the assembly carrying his father's scepter. The elders are surprised. Many remember him only as a child, yet now they see a determined young prince ready to speak before the entire kingdom. An old nobleman named Odysseus opens the meeting and wonders aloud why the assembly has been called after so many years. Everyone listens attentively as Telemachus rises to address the citizens of Ithaca. His speech is heartfelt and filled with emotion. He first mourns the disappearance of his father, who once ruled wisely and protected the kingdom. Then he turns his attention to the greatest problem facing his household, the suitors. These noblemen from neighboring islands have gathered in Odysseus' palace, hoping to marry Queen Penelope. Rather than seeking her hand honorably, they feast endlessly on Odysseus' livestock, drink his finest wine, and waste his wealth without shame. Every day they consume more of the kingdom's resources while refusing to leave. Telemachus accuses them publicly for the first time. He declares that if they truly wish to marry Penelope, they should ask her father to arrange a proper marriage according to Greek custom instead of abusing the hospitality of his household. His speech shocks many of those present because no one expected the quiet prince to confront powerful nobles so openly. Among the suitors, Antinous immediately rises in anger. Rather than accepting responsibility, Antinous blames Penelope herself. He claims she has deceived every suitor through her famous weaving trick. According to him, Penelope promised to choose a husband once she finished weaving a funeral shroud for Odysseus' elderly father, Laertes. Every day she worked diligently on the cloth. But every night she secretly unraveled her progress. For 3 long years she successfully delayed the marriage until one of her servants betrayed the secret. Although Antinous tells the story as evidence against Penelope, many listeners admire her remarkable intelligence and loyalty. Her clever plan bought precious time while she continued hoping for Odysseus' return. Telemachus refuses to force his mother into marriage. He explains that sending Penelope away against her would dishonor both himself and his family. Instead, he insists that the suitors leave his palace voluntarily and stop destroying his inheritance. At that very moment, something extraordinary happens. 2 magnificent eagles appear high in the sky. They soar together above the assembly before suddenly turning toward one another. Their sharp talons clash, and they circle fiercely over the crowd before flying away to the right. The unexpected sight leaves everyone astonished. An aged prophet named Halitherses immediately interprets the omen. Known for his wisdom and understanding of bird signs, he announces that the gods have spoken clearly. Odysseus, he declares, is alive and will soon return home. When he comes back, terrible punishment awaits every suitor who has dishonored his palace. Instead of fearing the prophecy, another suitor named Eurymachus mocks the old prophet. He dismisses the omen as meaningless and accuses Halitherses of inventing stories merely to frighten them. Eurymachus confidently insists that Odysseus died long ago and urges Telemachus to stop listening to prophecies. The disagreement reveals the sharp contrast between those who respect divine messages and those blinded by arrogance. Telemachus realizes that arguing further will accomplish little. The suitors have no intention of leaving peacefully, and many citizens remain unwilling to challenge them directly. Yet despite this disappointment, he has achieved something important. For the first time in his life, he has spoken publicly as the son of Odysseus. He has defended his family, challenged injustice, and shown the people of Ithaca that he possesses courage worthy of his father's legacy. Though the assembly fails to remove the suitors, it marks the true beginning of Telemachus' transformation. The frightened boy introduced in the opening chapter is steadily becoming a leader. Soon, guided secretly by Athena, he will prepare to leave Ithaca in search of news about the father he has never truly known. Key moments in the chapter. The first public assembly in Ithaca in nearly 20 years is called. Telemachus boldly addresses the people for the first time. The prince publicly condemns the suitors for abusing his family's hospitality. Antinous reveals Penelope's clever weaving deception. Two eagles appear as a divine omen. Prophet Halitherses predicts Odysseus' return and the destruction of the suitors. Eurymachus rejects the prophecy and mocks the gods. Telemachus begins to earn respect as a future king. Differences between the book and modern adaptations. Many modern adaptations shorten or completely omit the public assembly, focusing instead on Odysseus' adventures. However, in Homer's epic, this meeting is crucial because it establishes Telemachus as an emerging leader. The prophecy of the eagles and the political tensions within Ithaca are often simplified or removed in films, even though they play an important role in building suspense and emphasizing the gods' influence over human affairs. Chapter 2 shows that true leadership begins not with victory but with the courage to speak against injustice. Although Telemachus cannot yet drive the suitors away, he proves that he is no longer the timid child they once ignored. His first public stand earns him respect, while the prophecy of Odysseus' return hints that the fate of Ithaca is about to change forever. If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boundless Books for more chapter-by-chapter journeys through the Odyssey.